Today I want to share a story with you that made a big impact on me. And I'll tell you how it happened. I was up in the Mayo, Michigan, and riding in a cabin, and somehow I ran across a headline that said, Jeff Daniels' father passes away. And I'm thinking, wait, Jeff Daniels, that's Jeff Daniels, an actor. He's an actor, and his father passed away. I thought, well, this is in this area. So I did some research and started reading, and Jeff Daniels was from Michigan. I mean, everybody's from somewhere, of course, but from Chelsea, Michigan. And so it just caught my attention, so I started reading about it, And because I knew Jeff Daniels, and he was an actor, but when I was reading some of the article, though, here's what really caught my attention. And when I say caught my attention, I mean it. The mayor of Chelsea, Michigan, in an interview said, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to meet a man like Jeff Daniels' father. And I thought, whoa, now that's something you don't hear every day. And so it just stuck with me, like, wow. So I did read him more, like where they came from, what was his background, and they were in, I think lumber, and then they got into stores. His dad. It was a generational thing, and so but Jeff, chose not to fall in that business, as I found out, and so of course he pursued acting. And so I contacted the mayor, and through a phone call, we talked about it. Because I had to know. Because remember, I'm the founder of the Leaning Institute. And I knew, wow, he's talking about a leaner. He's talking about the upper echelon of what a leaner is. And Mark Twain said, being in some people's presence is healing. So when you put all that together, I had to be like a journalist. I had to know what it was all about. But he told me, he said, James, just being in his presence was just something that was just awesome. He was just different. He would help people. He was a kind man. He was a strong man. And so the mayor, through our conversation, I enjoyed that time talking to him. But he invited me to come, we'd have lunch sometime. I never was able to work that out. But now, though, we're seeing, let me go back to the movie, Dumb and Dumber, which starred two great comedians and serious actors too, but Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. They're trying to help the world. If you listen to their speeches, they're trying to make the world a better place. They both came from solid families. And one of the things I've found about comedians is this: all comedians aren't troubled. There's two kinds that I've discovered. One, like Robin Williams, which we'll cover that another story. It's a sad story because that baggage came from, the baggage is too heavy to carry. Sometimes comedy comes out of the baggage that one gets from the home life or when they're younger. But Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels don't have that baggage. So they're trying to help the world make a difference. Jeff Daniels, for example, left Hollywood and moved back to Michigan so his family would have I call it a better habitat for leaners. But I hear his stories, it's like, wow. But leaners produce more leaners, like Jeff Daniels' dad. There's Jeff Daniels. You look at Jim Carrey, go back to the family, leaners produce leaners. And so Jim Carrey is an awesome speaker. He's trying in so many ways to use my terms and not his. He's trying to create more leaners and say, this is how it works. We'll be kind to each other. We make those connections. And so, but what in this video, though, what I want to focus on is that one part about, wow, one man can affect so many people. And I think Jeff Daniels, a man who I never knew. Jeff Daniels doesn't know I'm in the world, I'm sure. But I'm glad he's in the world. Because through his story, through his dad's life, and the mayor just talking about him, helped me, it really did help me to feel better about me. It helped me to somehow just not being in the presence, but knowing the stories are powerful. So that's why at the Institute, it's that idea of recognize leaners. And I want to recognize Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels. These are our current leaners. Listen to them if you get a chance, because what they have to say is rare, because I'm afraid that most people speaking, they have a lot of baggage and they can't tell us, where did you come from? So thank you so much, Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey, and so much to Jeff Daniels' father. What a beautiful life. What a beautiful story.